Guys, you know how those documentaries start where it's like the chair and then the person sits down and it's like, state your name. Hi, my name is Ciera Payton. Anyway, that's what this feels like right now. But it's not going to be a documentary, and it's definitely not going to be that serious. Well, maybe a little serious. I don't know. Anyway, well, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Ciera Payton, and this is my YouTube channel where I talk all about my experience of being an actress, entrepreneur, and educator, and hopes to help you along your creative journey. So thank you so much for stopping by. Now, if you are new here, let's just go ahead and pause and stop what you're doing and just go ahead and move your mouse or your finger over and hit the like and subscribe button, because you're gonna love everything that I share here on this channel because I made this for you. Now, if you have been rocking it out with me for a while, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I so appreciate you rocking it out with me. Okay, so today's video is gonna be one of those little uncomfortable videos, but we're just gonna make it as fun and smooth as possible. Today, I am talking about the cost of being an actor. The actor expenses, you know, not so much deductions, but just what it costs to be an actor. I wanted to make this video because a while ago there was an actress, I believe Cindy Sweeney, she's on Euphoria, and she talked a little bit about the expenses and sometimes how she feels the squeeze of money while being an actress and how she looks to supplement income by doing influencer deals and stuff like that. And unfortunately, she got a lot of flack for that. And I was like, oh man, like not a lot of people understand how we get paid and where the money goes and how a lot of us just try to stay afloat. And so I just figured I'd make a little video to talk a little bit about what it's like being an actor and what the costs that are associated with that are. All right, so yay, you booked the role. That's awesome. You are now, let's say hypothetically, a series regular on a new hit TV series. And this particular series is 10 episodes and you are getting paid $20,000 per episode. So let's just put $200,000 up there. And this is also assuming that you're in every single episode, but just for, you know, the purpose of this video, let's say you make $200,000. All right. Now, I'm not going to get into all the semantics of, you know, what a guest star, co-star, series regular, series lead gets paid. I mean, there are definitely baseline salaries and rates and stuff like that. But just for the purposes of this video, we're going to say hypothetically 10 episodes, you're in all episodes, and it is $20,000 per episode, which puts you at $200,000 income. All right. So very first thing that you have to think of is commission. Actors have to pay commission on every job that they book through their agent and manager. So if you have an agent, standard, it's going to be 10% commission right out the gate. So already, you know, you're paying 10% of your $200,000 gross earned income out to your agent. Now, if you have a manager, that's amazing. That's awesome. You got, you know, somebody really helping you along your career. And in the business, it's usually standard that a manager charges anywhere between 10 and 15% commission for the purposes of this video, and pretty much, you know, kind of standard here in Los Angeles. Most managers just, you know, charge the baseline, which is 10%. So if you have an agent and a manager, you're going to be paying a total of 20% commission off of your gross earned income. So let's go ahead and, you know, do the math there. That is now $40,000 that is out the door. So you have that. Now you also have taxes. You have both your state and federal taxes that go out. And depending on how you file your taxes, or if you're a business owner, you know, your tax range can be anywhere between, you know, 20% to, I believe, up to 33% taken out, but it always just depends on how you file, if you're single, if you're married, if you have dependents, or even if you are filing through your corporation. But just for the purposes of this, let's just go ahead and say that 25% of taxes are going to be automatically taken out. So that's already 45% of your paycheck already taken out. Now, the other thing you need to think about is if you worked out of state or out of country. So the big kicker here is that a lot of actors have been based in Los Angeles, but if you go shoot somewhere else in another state or another country, you also have to pay those taxes in addition to your California or your residency state taxes. So you're paying your state taxes in California, and say you go and you're shooting a series in Georgia. Georgia charges 6.6% taxes for all work that is done in the state of Georgia. So for instance, whenever I work on the Oval, I am a California resident and my corporation is based in California, but anytime I do work in Georgia, automatically they take out 6.6% of all of my earnings. And so where are we at? We were at 45%. So now you go ahead and tack on that 6.6%, which puts us at 51.5% taken out of your check. Now, if you did that same pilot or that same TV series out in Canada, I don't know if you're ready for this, automatically 23% of your earned gross income is going to be taken out of your check and goes to Canada. So that is in addition to your resident state taxes, your federal taxes, and also your commission. So again, if you are working in Georgia, you're looking at 6.6%. If you're working in Canada, you're looking at 23%. And in the other countries, I don't know all of those, they're all different. Maybe, someone can leave that information down at the bottom. Now, I mentioned corporation, all right? So if you have been, thoughtful enough, or you've gotten to a certain income level where you felt like, okay, I have a corporation now, you've elected to do an LLC or an S Corp, or if you're like doing it really big like that, you're doing a C Corp, good for you. You're gonna also have to pay a business state tax. So you're gonna have to pay an annual business tax. And here in the state of California, that base amount is $800 annually. And it increases depending on how much money you earn or you bring in. They're gonna start like charging a certain percentage where you're gonna have to pay annually as well. And I mean, that can range, it just depends on how much money you bring in. But automatically out of the gate, you're gonna have to pay $800 annually to keep your business license, your corporation operating in the state of California. And again, other states have different laws, but this is pertaining to if you are a California resident and you're working out of state and you have a corporation that's based in California. So those are just like base level expenses or costs that, you have to be mindful of. Now, already think about it. Like I said, what were we at? If you were working in Georgia, you're at 51.6% taxes taken out and expenses and commission. Now also you have to keep in mind of the Screen Actors Guild Union. Now if you're working as a series regular, obviously you are a part of the Screen Actors Guild Union, which we call SAG. SAG-AFTRA now, because both unions combined years ago, and now they operate under one umbrella. And so you have to keep in mind that each year you have to pay dues, which they split it up. I think you have 2 payments per year, or you can pay it in whole. But that percent is 1.575% of your total earnings. So whatever you earn in terms of acting work, 1.575% of that is going to go towards your SAG dues. So let's go ahead and review the math here. I gotta type this up. So open up my calculator. Okay, so you've earned $200,000 and already 20% of that is getting taken out of because you've paid your agent and manager 10% each. And then 45% plus 6.6% is going to be 51.6% plus 1.575%. So you're already looking at 53.18% of your paycheck taken out, all right? So you're looking at $106,360 taken out in commissions, taxes, and union dues. All right, so you're on said hit TV series, right? Everybody's talking about it and people want to have interviews with you, or they want to get to know you. You're getting invited to things. You will most likely need someone to help you kind of navigate and manage all of the press and media, right? So what a lot of actors do, they go and get a publicist. And so I do have another video where I talk about what is a publicist and when is the right time to get a publicist. And in this case, you might go ahead and go and get a publicist. Now be mindful though, that publicists do work on monthly retainers. And so you can be paying anywhere between $1,500 a month up until $7,000 a month. And if you're doing it really, really big, you might be doing like $10,000 a month. And so I would just say for the purposes of this, maybe baseline, you're probably doing like $3,000 a month. Let's just keep the math a little even. And you're going to be working with that publicist for about 6 months. So obviously here, you just say 3 times 6 is $18,000. Your total after all of the, union dues, taxes, commission, publicists, you're now looking at $88,360 to kind of play with or utilize. Now, if you are going to acting classes or getting coaching and stuff like that, I would say a lot of times, those prices range as well. I've seen here in LA that classes can start from $200 a month all the way up until maybe $800 a month. And with the $800, sometimes those are like 8-week intensives and stuff like that. But the thing is that you are a working actor and sometimes you feel like you need help or you want to keep your muscle sharpened, you're going to class. And so classes tend to cost a certain amount every month. So I would say baseline classes are about $300 a month. So if you're going every month, yeah, that's about $3,600 a year. And then, you may be doing coaching. And so some coaches here in Los Angeles and even in Atlanta, they will start maybe around $50 an hour. Some go up until about, $400 or $500 an hour. And so, however much coaching you're doing, you have to factor that in. So yeah, so that leaves you with $84,760. Now, a lot of other expenses that need to be factored in that we don't really think about on a daily basis, are just basic upkeep things like subscriptions, keeping your actor platform things updated, like your Actors Access or LA Castings or Casting Network profiles. Some of these things do have annual fees, like IMDb, for example, IMDb Pro. So, some of these things cost, obviously, to, keep them up. And then if you're someone that's constantly updating your reel or your headshots or adding clips to these things, those things cost as well. Also, getting headshots, that stuff costs. All of these things that are like marketing materials, they do cost, in terms of, having your headshots taken, your reels updated, all those types of things. Those things, they cost money. I don't have a specific ballpark figure for that, but, depending on how active you are with those type of things or, how many subscription-based services you have for your different actor platforms, those expenses can really add up after a while. And then also there's other upkeep things that a lot of people probably don't really realize how important they are, but if you are an actor, like, they're crucial. Like, your face is on camera, your face is your business card, your face is your resume. Things like your hair and nails or maybe like dental appointments, whatever type of things that people do to ensure that they're, staying healthy and looking their best as much as they can. Those things cost money as well. And I'm thinking of things like, the gym, haircuts, even like wardrobe, shoes, makeup, all those things definitely come into play. And also going back to subscription-based things or marketing materials, I'm thinking of Zoom right now. All of those things cost money. And that's what, comes along with being an actor. And so that is pretty much the gist of, the cost of acting and where the actor's money goes towards. And I didn't even touch on a lot of deductions or anything like that. But, again, I did talk a little bit about acting classes, but there's other things that, every actor needs, like, their camera for their auditions, their lighting setup, the internet, their cell phone, just all of these things that, ensure that your business is running smoothly and that you're able to get yourself on tape on time and show up for work, show up on set, show up for your career. So I just wanted to present a little bit of a hypothetical situation so people can kind of understand, what are all the costs that are associated with being an actor. And look, I understand, people watching actors on TV or in our everyday lives think that, we are so spoiled and we got it made in the shade. And I would say that a big part of the job is so much fun and it is very, very, gratifying and everything. But there are also some realities to it, in terms of, where the money is going and how, we get paid and stuff like that, and how we try our best to maintain our business and visibility and brand awareness. And so all of these things, come along with it, and they're very, very important. But I also just want to say, bottom line too, you work hard, and so it's so important for you to just be mindful of where your money's going, how it's being spent, and, hopefully you're doing all the right steps that you can do to budget and just maintain the income that you're earning as an actor. Because as we all know, this is definitely a marathon, and you could be, doing all these things for years in terms of acting classes and, you know, subscribing and making sure, you know, your craft is up, making sure that you're the best actor you can be, and then, you know, you're not booking work, and then finally after 5, 10, 12 years sometimes you book that role. And so all of it is just, it's a lot of work, but it's so amazing when you are able to book that job and all the hard work just pays off in the end. But you want to be a smart actor, and you want to be mindful and aware of all of the costs and expenses that are associated with being an actor and how that money is being managed and where it's going. And I also want to say this really last and final thing. Do not ever, ever, ever pay anyone to give you a job. In this business, if anyone comes to you and says, you got to pay me $500 to walk across the stage, you know, and I'll make you into a star or whatever, run. That's not how this business works at all. So again, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my channel, checking out this video. I hope that you find some value in everything that I've shared here today. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to just leave them down below. I love reading your comments and being able to create some videos that will help you along your creative journey. So I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the next video. But until then, have a wonderful day and take care. Bye.